Hello everyone, Brad Johnson here. In this video I'm going to be talking about expansive parenting or full circle family. So this was all part of a previous session that I did in regards to a journalist bringing about a lot of information relating to what is going to be, eventually at some point, a very modernized way, if you will, relating to how family itself will structure itself. And that we're just on the cusp right now of bringing about a lot of those changes. So what am I talking about with expansive parenting or full circle family? Well, if we really look back into how we were raised, a good majority of us, this was basically it. We looked into the idea of being in a very rigid, very limiting, very conditional, full of rules-based household. And again, this related to how we were raised as children, our educational platform, the kind of friends we had, etc. Everything was all based upon this. And so you can almost see that there are other squares contained within the outer square. And it just kept being blocky, blocks after blocks after blocks, rigidness after rigidness after rigidness. Just suck it up, go to your school, do your education, go ahead and pass your grades, get good grades, make a lot of money, get married, have kids, and then when you're 65, you can retire. That's the old paradigm. This is as ancient and as archaic as the dinosaurs themselves. Okay? It is dinosaur mentality. And we are transcending that, right? This old particular form of paradigm relating to parenting, relating to family, is really starting to make its way out. We're looking to have a whole new idea conveyed to it. So what was basically discussed in the session that I did was looking into a model like this, looking into a full circle family, expansive parenting. Now, what's the difference between the two other than the shapes that we see here? Well, when we're looking at expansive parenting, we're looking at the idea of cooperation. We're looking at the idea of functioning together as a fractal group, which basically means that all sum of the parts are equal, and that there is expansive opportunity. There is infinity within the finite. There are no boundaries. And so this is really looking at the idea of fractal group family. When we look at this, we're seeing that there is competition, that there is authority, that there are rules, that there are conditions. Just do what you can, do whatever, get your homework done, get good grades, blah, 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 blah. That really is not going to be part of our reality anymore. And this is the whole idea of moving into new educational systems, systems that represent the idea of fractal group family and of fractal group thinking, is that we're looking into cooperative parenting, we're looking into expansive parenting, we're looking into full circle family. What that basically entails is that whatever it may be that's involved within a family, whether it's taking care of the house, whether it's being able to work together in regards to personal ideas, innovations, going on trips, everything is decided as a unit. There is no parent that represents authority, and there is no child representing some type of subservience. That's not how it works anymore. Your children are teaching you as much as you are teaching them. And it's really being able to come into a point of equality. It's true, they're so cute, they're so adorable when they're little, but they are human beings, developing themselves. And they are teaching us so much about who we are and how we can evolve ourselves. And so it's about being able to come together into that family unit. That when, whatever it may be, if we're looking into cleaning the house, for example, it's no longer about the idea of seeing anything as errands or chores. That's passé now, that's gone. It's looking into the idea about how the house can be a space of love and function as an organism. And that we're basically working with our children to actually look into the house no differently than they would take care of a favorite family pet. Taking care of a dog, taking care of a cat, taking care of a hamster, right? We're all excited to do that. We love pets, we want to take care of them, we want to feel responsible for them. We're making our household a living organism, and that everything within it is cherished, everything within it is sacred, everything within it is complete and total love. So we're actually getting together. Let's say there's 2 parents and 2 children, right? We're getting together and we're talking. We're having a cooperation meeting. We're actually looking and saying, well, rather than feeling of an errand of taking out the garbage, what can we do to make that more fun? What can we do to reinvent taking out the garbage? What can we do in a way that makes it more fun? Well, maybe we'll basically feel that instead of taking a bag in the kitchen and taking it outside, we're going to basically all come together with, the garbage and go right outside to the source, right? And maybe in the meantime, we'll do a song or something, right? Everything that represents something relating to fun, something that represents cooperation as well, too. That's a new idea within itself. Being able to look at how all of these particular forms that have been, old practices of get your chores done, get your errands done, pass through that. Look into the idea of fundamentals. Look into the idea of process. What is it that we can do to maintain a healthy organism representing our household? And being able to play games with that. Children love the idea of having fun, being able to make everything in reality as fun as possible. This is why they are, again, seeing you as an equal. They see their mom and their dad as the wholeness of their life, right? And they absolutely love you and adore you and want you to come to their level so that they can play, so that you can have fun, right? So the whole idea here is that a massive restructuring is in order. You're now looking to see how you can move from this to rigidness over to expansiveness into the circle. And over time, it may just be that you're starting to create a hexagon or an octagon, etc. And you're starting to just get a little bit of these borders here and there, but you're noticing how this is starting to expand. You're noticing how this is starting to evolve. That parenting itself has never been about authority. Never has been. It was never meant to be that way. A parent is a facilitator. They are helping their children to become accustomed to the world. The children really are the inventors. They're the innovators. They're the ones that are actually looking to bring about new ideas to the world, to helping improving the world through a fresh generation's perspective. They are the closest thing to observation of innocence that we have. The children are actually meant to be the idea people. And we are basically attempting to be the grounded facilitators to helping them organize, to helping them express their joy and express their love through the planet. That's what we have. I'm a father myself. I have children as well too. And it can be challenging because we get raised up into this particular protocol. Lord knows I certainly was as well. When I first began before spiritual awakening, I was getting into this protocol as well too. And it's taken me some time before realizing, yes, this does actually exist. This can actually happen. But it's all up to us. We have to decide exactly, can we work together as a unit? Can we work together as a full circle family? And can this actually fly? That's for you to decide. That's being able to sit down and talk with your children and actually being able to feel like we're just in a family board meeting where everybody is equal. Everybody's able to share their thoughts, share their expressions. What can we do around the house that will be more exciting so that we can eliminate the idea of chores and looking into natural process, coming into natural fundamentals. And it's not about having to feel that you need to reward them, having an allowance, take out garbage, do this and do that, because they're going to get an allowance when they're doing it on their own, when they're living by themselves, right? It's no longer about feeling that there needs to be incentive-based tasks. It's more so in the idea of looking in regards to how they can take care of a living organism. And that living organism is the house and everything within the house, everything around the house. Being able how to take care of themselves when they go out to the world. Education is a big one. If you feel that you're looking to implement a full circle family and that your education is still like this, you're going to have problems. You're going to have challenges. A lot of the conventional schools nowadays are no more, really, than prisons. And this is why many children will come home and they're exhausted. They're drained of energy. They don't want to talk to you, no matter how sweet you may want to do. Maybe how nice you're fancy at the house, etc. Doesn't matter. They don't want to talk to you. They don't want to look at anything. They're exhausted from school. This certainly happened to me. The days I came home from school, I was like, I don't want to talk to anybody. It was like, I felt like I got out of prison, right? That was my feeling as well, too. So we need to look at that. We need to say, well, you know what, Brad? they go to school from 9 to 3, that way I have my own self-time, etc., etc. But that's not the only way for you to have self-time, right? It's about being able to come together and thinking about your children, thinking about exactly what complements them. Is the education in public schooling something that is beneficial for them? They're telling me, no, I could care less about school. I don't like it. Maybe they feel that they have to get good grades and all that stuff, and they're working so hard. Maybe they feel that they just want to have something else in regards to an alternative educational system, and they're out there. They're capable of happening. So you need to decide exactly what can I do to keep the unit of my family in full circle awareness, to keep that thriving, right? You need to be happy. Your partner needs to be happy. Your children need to be happy, right? So this is how it thrives. It works together in that way. I hear from a lot of couples as well too, whether it's husband or wife, etc. Well, you know what? I'm really into spiritual awareness, but my husband isn't, or my wife isn't, etc. And this is where we feel that there's a discord there. You're right. That can be challenging. You have expansive awareness, and you're really bringing yourself into that particular type of alignment, and you notice that maybe your partner is not in cooperation with it. Maybe your kids are kind of iffy, but again, children themselves are the first to come around before anybody else, way before the adults. So you need to discover exactly what is the language that I can convey to really negotiate symmetry. Because here's the thing. Every single one of us is expansive. Every single one of us wants to be able to evolve. But we all have different ways of bringing that about. We have different languages. We have different concepts. And so what we're attempting to do is that we're not looking to convert anybody to spirituality and all that stuff. And the way that sounds, sounds no different than religion, right? That's not what's happening here. It's being able to look into the idea of how expansive awareness can visit the unit. So we work together with negotiation. We work together with other people's language and comprehension based on what they feel they're excited about. And we transform those ideas into language they understand. So if it's a person who is very logical, who is very, very, very much in the mind, so to speak, we're utilizing words, we're utilizing grammar, we're putting things together that would represent a constitution to expansion. And now they have to be the ones to realize that, right? And they're being able to expand in that way because now you're speaking their language. That's it. This is how it is to be a mirror, is that we're using our own intuition to speak to a person to give an idea about what we can convey to have this kind of unit, to having a cooperation fractal group family or full circle family. Being able to see, can we all get on the same page? We're not doing this because we have to. We're doing this because we want to enjoy life. I want to feel secure. My husband, my wife wants to feel secure. My children want to feel secure. Isn't that reason enough for there to be cooperation? If there's something that it may relate to work, to career, that again, you're not happy about, well, in previous videos I've talked a little about that, about really looking into what benefits you, what complements you, and being able to follow along with that. This is all for you. This is here as a sharing for all of you to determine exactly what path you prefer. But what is happening right now is that the family structure is moving from this to this. It's going through alchemy. It's now starting to move itself back into the circle. So the whole key here is that this is possible, but it's being able to reevaluate everything that's happening within life as a family whole, as a collective consciousness, to determine what can function as symmetry. What can we do to have fun? What can we do to make everything in regards to around the house, to acting as a family, to be fun? And that's the whole idea. Following the path of least resistance, right? Being able to talk to the children. How do you feel at school? You may not even need to ask the question. You'll just sit down with your daughter, you'll sit down with your son, you'll look in the eyes, they're miserable. Can't stand school at all. I can't stand that I'm not able to express myself at all. I feel like I'm just completely entrenched with authority throughout my entire life, and I'm sick of it. This is why kids turn to drugs. This is why kids turn to alcohol. This is why kids go into those levels. They don't feel that they matter. The whole world is just running itself, and I don't know how to get involved with it. Put yourself in your child's shoes. You were there once, no doubt. There was some type of trauma, there was some type of challenge that you needed to go through, and you needed to feel that what can I do to offer something to the world, and you feel left out. So this is why the kids have these things. They're beautiful kids, beautiful children that are here on the planet, And they're just attempting to say, what can I do to contribute? But I have all these friggin' rules. I got the rules of the family. I got the rules of the education. I can and can't do this. I can and can't do that. And it's squashing them. It's like they're just being kept in a corner and they don't know how they can breathe, right? But this is the whole idea of why we're switching to this, of why we're moving into cooperation. You chose to be a parent, whether you feel that they were planned or not, what have you, right? And so being able to really look into the idea of what you can do to work together with your family. Your family comes through that door every single day. Sit down with them. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation. And let's work and see what we can do to make life fun again. Let's make the world all about, our world, all about the idea of cooperation and being able to look into expansive awareness, making the house an organism, creating a space of love, talking to your children. If they feel pain, be there for them. Let them share what they're going through right now. Don't feel because they have these, educational problems and all that, and you're feeling, oh, I don't know, I don't want to take them out of school because then I have, no time to myself, etc. You need to look beyond that because, again, there's always going to be alternatives to how you can work with yourself or how you can have your own self-time. But think of your kids. If you feel that education on a conventional way is not working, then you need to look into unconventional conventionalism, right? And that represents the idea of alternatives. Respect what your children are going through because it's just a mirror of yourself. You're looking back with them as catalysts, sharing with you. I feel miserable with my education. I don't feel good. I want to be able to change this into that. Every child, every parent wants to have this. That's it. But you need to work towards it. You need to find symmetry. You need to discover how in equilibrium you can come together and function together as a cooperative. And that's the whole key. So this is our journey together. I'll be talking a lot about this in my next Rainbow Wisdom book. So there's a second Rainbow Wisdom book right now that I'm working with, and I'm going to go a lot more detail within, called Rainbow Wisdom, the Universal Mind Dialogues. So in Rainbow Wisdom, I'll be talking a lot about this concept and a lot more methods that we can even look in. Again, sharing methods, all up to you to decide to utilize them, but it's something that's available there. And really being able to create this unit, this collective, of being able to notice that your children's ideas matter and that we're going to implement them and we're going to have fun. Your children are just attempting to bring you up, I should say, bring you up to their level. And being able to look into the idea of being here in the moment, being present, having fun, enjoying life, because that's all they want to do. And they're basically feeling that all there is a conveyor belt. There's a conveyor belt here in reality about authority, and all you have to do is hump the conveyor belt, right? Hop on the conveyor belt and feeling that you're on the assembly line, right? Being able to feel that if I just hop on that conveyor belt, that's it. Don't have to do anything else. Just let the conveyor belt take you through life. We don't want the conveyor belt. We were never interested in the conveyor belt. So it's about transcending that whole idea. It's about being able to now look how we're standing in the circle that continues to expand the more that we feel expansion within ourselves. And that's reality. That's life. We're here to work together as a unit. So whatever you feel you have to do to allow this unit to thrive and to allow cooperation to come together over authority, that's the way it is. That's the way it's meant to be. This is how you will have a very, very wonderful family connecting together in that way. This is how you will have a very, very beautiful world through your eyes, is by seeing it in the way of cooperation, of being problem solvers, about being able to align to energies that complement you rather than what doesn't. So it is a big topic. It is a very big subject here that we're looking at. But again, more information about this will be brought forward to the next Rainbow Wisdom book. But again, should you have any questions relating to this video or any other videos, please feel free to contact me, info@consciousmatrix.com, and just meditate on this idea. Going from a square to a circle. What can I do? What can I do with my family? How can I share this with my family? How can we all get together and look into cooperation? Again, a lot more to talk on this topic. So thank you again so much for watching. I'm Brad Johnson, looking forward to speaking to you again in the next video. Namaste, and may it be well with you. Goodbye.